My name is Blodgett. I come to you today to talk briefly about one of my favorite artists and his projects. Oliver Lyson, the Weather Project, was only up for 6 months in 2003-2004 in the Turbine Hall in the Tate Modern in London. The artwork was seemingly a simple project of a setting sun and a sky of fog. First, I would like to talk to you about the general look of the project. Secondly, I would like to talk about how it was made. And lastly, I'd like to talk about a little of the effects of the viewers. First, let's look at the general look of it. The Weather Project is depicting a sunset in a glow in a sky of fog. The sun is high on the wall, lit up by hundreds of lamps, emitting a narrow frequency so that colors other than orange-yellow are not visible. The mist gives a dynamic randomness to the presentation. Even though the disc is flat, when looked through the yellow-colored mist, it has an eerie 3D effect. On the ceiling high above is a large mirror. When looked through the yellow-orange shaded mist, a person can see their silhouette high in the sky, all in orange and black. Now let's take a look at how he made the Weather Project. The sun is a flat, translucent half disc on the wall. Offset mirrors help create a more realistic, complete sun, which is lit up by hundreds of mono-frequency lamps that emit a narrow frequency so that colors other than yellow, orange, and black are not visible. The fog is created by humidifiers with a sugar-water combination and is sprayed periodically to keep the room filled with a haze. On the ceiling, high above, is a large mirror. The mirror hanging from the ceiling is actually hundreds of mirrors that are fractionally offset at the joints. This virtually doubles the area of the huge space and giving a canvas to the now human shadows below. Now to the effect of all this hardware. Light and its color is probably the single biggest art element. Using signal frequency light gives a high contrast to the room and occupants, setting the space up for an overwhelming presentation. The large sun, mist, and mirrors in a square hall gives a perceived space and makes the sun look more realistic feeling. This area is filled with mist, giving the art piece a very large mass and increasing the encompassing effect of the piece. The yellow large light mist moves and congregates, giving the sense of time and timelessness. Monofrequency orange-yellow lights shining through the projected foil screen creates the sun. Like many of Oliver's artwork, the scaffolding can be seen and is part of the artwork. What effect does this have on entering the hall? I will tell you. Entering the Turbine Hall without the Weather Project shows its basic pedestrian and utilitarian design, features that give no meaningful direction and looking like a blank canvas. In this space, Oliver puts at one end of the hall a sun. It's an obvious centerpiece, dominating the center view as you look down the hall. By the words alone, you might think that once in the middle of the long hall, the sun would lopside the artwork as a whole. There are two design elements that help balance the work. First is the mist, along with the coloring causes the setting sun effect of the lights. Its random convening draws your attention away from the sun and gives you a reason to look around at the effects of your surroundings. Next is the mirrors. It draws you into the complete picture, mesmerizing in the total depth of the full canvas. Underneath the mirrors, which in essence doubles the volume of the room, makes you contemplate your place in the world. The full effect of the Weather Project gives many viewers the inclination to lie on their backs and stare up at themselves. Although the dynamic nature of the mist in the air lends itself to weather, I think that artists got more than he originally imagined. That people were inspired more about their place in the world than the weather alone. Now that we've talked about the look, the feel, and how the Weather Project was made, I would like to conclude with a few more thoughts. I've rarely seen such an impact of an artwork on so many people at once. I wish I could have seen it. I wish I would have felt it. I may never, since it is now gone. If I was wealthy and I could afford it, I would purchase this to be a permanent location so that many people could feel that same emotion. If pictures were 1,000 words, then the weather project had to be worth millions, and I would pay for it.